So this movie is the story of Johnathan Larson performing his musical Tick Tick Boom, which is the one that tells the story of him producing his first ever musical, Superbia. Sounds a little bit convoluted when I explain it like that, but is it convoluted? This is my uneducated opinion on the movie Tick Tick Boom. This being Lin Manuel Miranda's directing debut in film, if you haven't lived under a rock, he is the individual that has masterfully put together the productions of In the Heights and Hamilton on Broadway. He has also done musical scores and soundtracks to the likes of Disney's Moana and Disney's Encanto. He's pretty good at his job. I'm not going to be giving away too much when it comes to the spoilers in this movie because I feel as though it is a fascinating experience in watching it for the first time, if you haven't already. But with them explaining this pretty instantly in the movie, addressing the fact that Johnathan Larson passes away just before his showing of his musical Rent, and the whole movie being about the themes of running out of time, I think is a very interesting way of telling his story. It works really well in giving this sense of panic and urgency to hurry up when during the story you start hearing the ticking noises in the background. And you can definitely tell why Lin Manuel Miranda wanted to tell this story, not only because of his story structures that are similarly done within the productions of Hamilton, but with him wanting to celebrate the life and genius of Johnathan Larson himself. This also reminds me of the Netflix special that Bo Burnham did called Inside, which also came out in the same year, and I find it very eerie the similarities that this has with the likes of Johnathan Larson as artist, in the sense that Bo Burnham talking about not being able to finish the Netflix special on time and also having a song within it called Turning 30. This movie does a great job in just showing how much of a talent Johnathan Larson was as a songwriter, where he just comes up out the blue singing and writing songs about sugar during a party, but then finding it also very hard to come up with a very important song which defines what his musical is meant to be. However, those moments might be a little bit exaggerated, as obviously mentioned at the start of the movie. There are certain parts where Johnathan might have just made up himself. But it still drives home the fact that Johnathan is an extremely talented individual. Andrew Garfield is so unbelievably talented as an actor because he is able to very easily show the different struggles that Johnathan Larson had to go through in juggling the different aspects of trying to sort out arrangements with his girlfriend and career choices, trying to figure out this new song that it defines his new musical, to pulling together the funds for his workshop, and generally just trying to be an all-round good friend and spending time with them. That reminds you, doesn't it, of a specific character that he's also played that is why he was perfect for this role. It's incredible to see the journey that Andrew Garfield has taken, and you can definitely tell why he is able to become as successful as he has. Going from the episode of Daleks in Manhattan in Doctor Who, to obviously playing Spider-Man, to doing this, to being nominated for Oscars. I think the rest of the cast in this movie is also really good. I can't think of one performance in particular which I thought wasn't really delivering on the same level, but you have the likes of Alexandra Shipp, Robin de Jesus. I apologize if I got that name wrong. You also have Joshua Henry, Judith Light, and Vanessa Hudgens coming back. The only thing that I've never noticed they're in was the High School Musical movies. I think this movie spoke to me on many different levels. It definitely unleashed a lot of hatred that I forgot I even had towards certain people. Dealing with customers who are very entitled, very demanding, not really giving a damn about whether you're underemployed, whether you're dealing with other 10 different things at once. To other people who are essentially bootlickers, they are very confident in what they are saying and disagreeing and trying to put you down. But when a more established figure comes in and starts disagreeing with them, they just slightly change their tone. And God, I wonder really how many of those people are out in the world. I assume that instance is more a representation of a bunch of different critics coming to Johnathan Larson's workshops and criticizing him. I feel as though there's a couple moments in the movie where it didn't quite work out for me and it felt a little bit off. More notably, the sequences where it has the song Sunday and Play Game, where it turns into more of a theatre production and it's trying to translate stage directly to screen, and it doesn't particularly work that well for me. The only other instance recently where I feel as though they do absolutely nail it is in the musical Matilda with Alicia Weir. I do think, however, when it works really well, the stage to screen adaptation is one of my favorite sequences, which is the therapy song. When it cuts back and forth between that moment and the argument that Johnathan Larson is having with his girlfriend, it feels so real with him not able to stop thinking about writing songs. And it comes to the point where the desperation of making his passion a reality is becoming detrimental and toxic to the people around him. Another moment in this movie which I do feel Lin Manuel Miranda does stamp his unique style onto this movie is the moment where Johnathan Larson goes underwater and he starts wiping away at the bottom of the pool, and it starts turning into the musical notes which inspires him to make the song finally for his musical. After hearing the songs that came from both of these musicals and the story they all tell, I would very much love to go and see both of these productions in person on stage, because my experiences with theatre only came recently, where only a few years ago I got with my girlfriend for the first time and I took her to see Wicked in the West End. And from then on, we went on to see many other productions that started touring and coming into our local theatre, from the likes of Lion King, Les Mis, Beauty and the Beast, Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat, Wizard of Oz, My Fair Lady, Bat Out of Hell, and other different concerts that just performed. Even if Jonathan's early work isn't the biggest budgets or the most grand of productions, I still feel it would be incredible to go and see some of these live on stage. It just shows the beautiful story of focusing on the importance of life with friends, family, what to do with your career, the time running out around you, art, expression, and not giving up on what you're passionate about and knowing your worth, really. So, the budget of this movie was $55 million, dollars, I do believe, and it grossed initially, even though it had a very limited US release, 112 million, before eventually it just got landed on Netflix because apparently musicals don't make money anymore. I don't understand why Hollywood just has zero faith in musicals, because if it's done well and it's not necessarily got the biggest of budgets, people will go and see them. I will see them. I love musicals. People should love musicals. Go watch them. It was definitely shown that way with the releases of Wonka and Mean Girls that came out this year. They were advertised as not musicals, so it baffles me. Just make musicals more. We love them. And like with every other Uneducated Opinion video that I've done, I'm going to be watching the trailer now to see if it's any good. Does it give it away? Does it showcase what it's about? Let's have a look. Okay, yeah, that was a decent enough trailer. Doesn't give too much away, but it showcases a lot of the songs that you might be able to hear in it. Yeah, gets my seal of approval. So yeah, that should be a somewhat smaller one today. I don't have too much else to say about it, but if you did enjoy, give it a like, give it a dislike. If you didn't enjoy, please give me constructive feedback of what I could do better for the next time. Comment down below, hit the subscribe button, ding the notification bell, do all that jazz. Share around with your friends and family if you think they might enjoy this sort of content. Comment down below also what you want me to do next time. What movies should I watch? What TV shows should I watch? I know there's a lot I need to catch up on. I stream games on Twitch and sometimes make those into video. You can watch that here live on twitch.tv/Rizakins. I'll be playing games with my girlfriend Jem and sometimes Razzie as well, with the other games that I don't normally record and make videos out of. We just dick around playing Helldivers or sometimes Baldur's Gate. We need to get back into that. Yeah, I think that's about it. Enjoy yourselves, take care, and we definitely need more Johnathan Larsons in the world. Share around your passion. Don't give up, know your worth. See you next time.